attention. If I can have everyone's attention for just 1 second. I'm not calling it to order, but I do need attention because of the amount of people that we have participating with us today. Law enforcement needs for everybody to have a seat so we can see how many seats are available and left in the room so that we can be in compliance. Fire code.
Oh, I want to speak. Is it ready time for delegation? Just wait, turn it off until I. Y'all already got y'all delegation together? Oh, goodness. That last one.
Okay, I'm going to call our monthly session to order. Roll call, please.
Chairman Smith?
Here.
Mrs. Black?
Here.
Mr. Connor?
Here.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Mr. Groen?
Here.
Mrs. Haddon?
Here.
Mrs. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Keene?
Here.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Here.
Mr. Slater?
Here.
Ms. Thomas?
Here.
Superintendent Dr. Robertson?
Here.
Okay, first item on our agenda here will be to elect our new officers for this coming year. So the floor will be open for nominations for board chair at this time.
Mr. Chairman,
I got my light on. Is my light not on?
Miss Jackie's light is on.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Before I make my nomination recommendation, I would just like to say a few things in regards to this board. I've served on this board along with 5 other new board members for the last year, and I can say that it's really been a learning experience. And as we continue to learn the process, we all have had disagreements at some point. However, I think we all genuinely respect each other and each other's expertise in various areas. Nevertheless, one of the things that I did hear us all talk about and that we all tend to agree with is what Mr. Larry Goins had said, indicated when he talked about DEI and how he felt that there was no place for it. And some of us agreed that there was no place for it as long as we would do what was right. DEI would not need to exist. And having said that, one of the things that I would like to do tonight is to nominate a person based on their qualifications and hope that this board would do what's right. So the person I would like to nominate is a person that has over 20 years experience serving children and their families in this community. This person is a licensed master social worker, member of various fellowship programs. They have served as an adjunct professor at UTC. They've been Program Director of Community Forward, a direct partnership with the Hamilton County School System. They also are a 501c3 Executive Director and Founder that services children and families. They are the Executive Director of Educate to Elevate. They are a 2015 Harvard Graduate Business School of Young American Leadership. They're the 2024 Leadership Collective Cohort Graduate. They are part of various different organizations and various different boards. They have served as one of the top city administrators over the Department of Early Learning for the last 5 years and have managed over 200 staff employees that service early learning under the Department of Early Learning, which consists of Head Start, Community Forward, the Basics, all foundational principles for children in education. As all of you know, the foundation of children is where it all starts, from the home to the school. If we have a solid foundation, our children can learn, our children can thrive. So having said that, most importantly, the one thing that she has done has served on this school board for the last 11 years, and this will be the 12th year in serving. And last year she served as the vice chair under our chairman, Mr. Joe Smith. But tonight, I would like to ask and also challenge the other board members, no matter what you came in here thinking or what you may have already had on your mind, I ask you tonight to prove and to abide by what you say when it comes to DEI. We're gonna base things on qualifications. And I would like to nominate Carissa Mosley Jones as the chairperson of the Hamilton County School Board for the 25-26 school year, based on her qualifications and that she can do the job as she has always done, and the expectations, not over DEI, but she can do the job because she's qualified. And I stand here tonight and I nominate her.
I would like,
Thank you, Ms. Jackie.
I would like to second that.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Ms. Jones, Gary King, lights on.
All right. Well, I'd like to nominate Joe Smith. I've known Joe for close to 40 years now. Joe has worked with children for well over 40 years. He's actually had 19 adopted children besides his own children. He started YCAP, has had a following in the church, and is just a outstanding business leader. Joe has shown leadership as our chairman previously, and I hope will accept this nomination again. So I nominate Joe Smith.
I'll second that.
So I have a nomination of Joe Smith, duly seconded. No more lights. Any other nominations? Okay, so we'll ask for a roll call, and that roll call will be Mr. Smith or Miss Jones once your name is called. Everybody understand that? Okay. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Black,
What happens when you give us snacks? Mrs. Jones.
Mr. Connor,
So I thought we might have some discussion, so I'm just really quickly going to say that I vote for Mrs. Jones because each September, when electing a leader from our own members, we do so with somebody who has leadership in mind and the leadership of our students and our community. Last month, Hamilton County School Board voting to discontinue Centerstone services without an exit strategy, without a plan to help our students, showcased the exact opposite of leadership. That's why I'll be casting my vote for Ms. Mosley Jones.
Mr. Daugherty,
Joe Smith.
Mr. Groan,
Joe Smith.
Mrs. Haddon, Smith, Mrs. Jones,
Carissa Jones.
Mr. Keene,
Joe Smith.
Mrs. Schaefer,
Joe Smith.
Mr. Slater,
Joe Smith.
Ms. Thomas.
Carissa Mosley. Jones, I'm sorry.
Chairman Smith,
Mr. Smith.
7-4 in favor of Mr. Smith.
And for those of you all that are in the audience, that's why we have DEI. Because clearly here tonight, we did not do the right thing when it comes to qualification and experience. No, I'm going to speak because this is my opportunity to speak just like every other citizen. Tonight, I respect Mr. Joe Smith, but sometimes you have to pass the baton and do what's right and not always for an agenda. And I don't care what he voted on the last time. That's not important to me. What's important to me is that we share this board and we share the leadership experience that we need. And it is clearly, she has been on this board for 11 going on 12 years, just as Mr. Joe Smith. But because he is Joe Smith, I know his experience. I've worked with him too. But it's also time to pass a baton on to other leadership that is just as qualified. So yes, I'm going to speak, and I'm going to speak to the board members because you say two different things in here. You talk about DEI, and you talk about don't select people because of their race, because of who they are as females, right? But here you are once again, an agenda, and I don't appreciate it, and I am going to speak out. And young lady, whatever picture you're showing, it doesn't even matter to me. I pray for everyone and every person that has had any type of concerns or issue. All I say is I too pray for this board and that we began to do the right thing when it comes to people and also experiences of people. Thanks.
The floor is now open for nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Gary Keene for vice chair.
Second.
I have a nomination and seconded for Gary King for vice chair. Any other nominations? I see no lights. So, roll call.
Mrs. Black,
Yes.
Mr. Connor,
Abstain.
Mr. Daugherty,
Yes.
Mr. Groan,
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon,
Yes.
Mrs. Jones,
No.
Mr. Keene,
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer,
Yes.
Mr. Slater,
Yes.
Ms. Thomas.
I vote for Mr. King not because he's a white male. I vote for him because I know he too is qualified. So I will vote yes for Mr. King.
Chairman Smith,
Gary King. Okay. Floor is now open for nominations for legislative chair.
I nominate Ben Connors.
Second.
I'd like to nominate Jody Schaefer. Second.
Okay, I had a nomination for Ben Connor, and I heard a second. Who was the second? Jill. And then I heard a nomination, I think, for Jody Schaefer. Did I get a second for? Okay. Jackie, your light is on. Did you?
Probably because I got so much to say, but I'm sorry I turned it off.
No more lights on. Any other nominations? Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Black,
Mr. Connor.
Mr. Connor,
Connor.
Mr. Daugherty,
Schaefer.
Mr. Groan,
Schaefer.
Mrs. Haddon, Schaefer, Mrs. Jones,
Connor.
Mr. Keene,
Schaefer.
Mrs. Schaefer,
Schaefer.
Mr. Slater,
Ms. Schaefer?
Ms. Thomas?
I vote for Ben Connors, even though I do think that Jody is qualified. But if you all do not know what is happening up here, these decisions were already decided before we got here. But when you have to make people, show people in this community of who people are, just know this is who they are. Jody is very much qualified, but I think Ben has been doing a great job in that area. So my vote is for Ben Connor.
Chairman Smith?
Jody Schaefer.
7-4 for Ms. Schaefer.
Come on, Gary, so we can get the meeting started.
This is gonna take a minute.
I don't know why it take a minute. Y'all already had plotted to what y'all was gonna do. Don't play with me. This is yours. Is that it?
Yep.
Is this yours down here?
Yes, I'll come back for it.
So no executive session. That takes us down to pledge and meditation, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend, great principal from Hickson Middle School.
Mr. Chairman?
Excuse me, did I miss something? What did I miss?
Approval of the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you. I need a motion to approve the agenda. Thank you.
So moved.
Second. No lights, roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keane?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Oh, yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Now I get to say it again. It gives me great pleasure to introduce a principal from Hickson Middle School, my friend, great principal, Coach C.
All right. Sorry, we'll start with the, sorry, my audience is usually 12-year-olds. So we'll start with the pledge of the flag, if everyone would stand, please. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so I've got some real brief. I'll start with a quote by John C. Maxwell. Once you find your why, you'll be able to find your way. Believe, it's just a word, but if you come to Hickson Middle School, you'll see this sign plastered all over the walls, as well as our mission statement, Empowered Minds and Boundless Futures, all over campus. The Maxwell quote above is the premise behind the work. Middle school is this awkward transition in the human experience when no one knows what neurochemical will control that person on that given day. This is why middle school is crucial in the development of every student. Every middle school educator and leader in our district is working tirelessly to try and provide that why for every student. If we can give them that one thing, that one goal, that one dream, their empowered mind can lead to a boundless future. I know that third grade retention law is important. I know graduation rate's important, the ACT, but so is band, art, theater, JROTC, clubs, athletics, like the reason that these kids want to come to school every day and stay. So what I'd like to challenge you all to do in the midst of everything going on is think back to middle school. that awkward time and think of the person that helped you find your why so that you could find your way. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach C.
Can I say something about you?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I made Coach C, what do you think, 50, 80 miles you had to run?
Yeah, because of my potty mouth?
No, not because. Great,
You better explain that.
great soccer player, great leadership, was a captain for our soccer team. And I knew when he came back from pharmacy to education, he'd be a great administrator. Good job, Mike.
Can I say something too? I just want to say I admire Michael Horatio so much. We were in many professional development sessions together as math teachers, and he was top notch back then, and he still is.
Thank you. Thanks again, Coach. Okay, our foundation updates, Kids First Coupon Book. LeBron, if you don't know LeBron, he's been around since Moses.
Hey, listen, I feel like it at times.
Just still a great human being, great coach. So good to see you, Coach.
Thank you, Joe. First of all, Michael was one of our students at Hunter Middle School. My name is LeBron Sturkey. Beverly, come on up. I'm a retired educator here in Hampton County Schools for 31 years, teacher, coach, administrator. Been now 20 years after been retired 21 years. It's hard to believe that I see the logo Hampton County Schools and still have a heart for my great experience that I had working in Hampton County Schools. Dr. Robertson, Chairman Smith, and fellow board members. Real quickly, we're going to talk to you. As I said, I'm a 20-year board member of the Fund for Excellence. 38 years ago, Dr. Loftus established the Fund for Excellence to try to help the local schools raise funds. We all know we have all kind of money. Every school has everything they need, don't they? We know that's not true. But one of the things that the board has been doing, of course, first is the Kids First Coupon Book. This is Beverly Conway. She's a 25-year member of the Fund for Excellence staff. There's only two as such. And Ms. Conway is going to give you one of the new books this year. These books, everybody's heard about them. Everybody knows about the Kids First Coupon Book. The one thing that we've been trying to do this year, the book, it's good for a year. You hear on TV the sales over Labor Day or sales over Memorial Day. These coupons are from the local merchants. We have had in the paper, if you hadn't seen the Sunday paper, we've had a list of all the sample savings. You get your $15 back. We thank the local merchants because they are giving coupons out to help support public education and help support Hampton County schools. But that's not the reason to buy a coupon book. The reason to buy a coupon book is because the local elementary school gets $10 of the $15. It costs us $1.60 now to print this book after COVID with all the costs. That's 66 2/3%. I challenge anyone in this room to show me a fundraiser for schools that gives that percentage. We asked the coordinators, they're not out there. And so the reason to buy a coupon book, and we've been promoting this year, is to support the local elementary schools, for help them to raise necessary funds. We already have one school this year is probably going to we're going to write them a check for $15,000 for the coupon books that they have sold. Several are going to get checks for $10,000 because $10 of that $15 goes to the local elementary school. One of the things we're proud of this year, we've developed a QR code. It's the Kids First QR code. All of us remember the day we went door to door and we had our little piece of paper and we were selling wrapping paper or cookie dough or World's Chocolate Finest. I'm here to tell you World's Chocolate Finest this year, instead of last year, was $50. That box is now $80. So some schools have said, we're not going to do that. One of the things we want to do as Fund for Excellence is continue, and again, I'm just a temporary, I've been a board member, that's all my role is. I'm not paid, I just want to support Hampton County schools. But we're going to be writing these checks at the end of the sale next week. We've given out new incentives this year. One of the cool ones we have, to sell just 2 books. Most of you have heard of the Little Debbie Hampton County Fair. If a child sells 2 coupon books this year, we've got a free exclusive night on Thursday before the fair starts for that child and their 2 adults to ride all the rides and get a Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper Coca-Cola product. We really appreciate the Parks and Recreation, Karen Shostak, and Mayor Womp for this. This is going to be a cool thing. It's exclusive for these students who sold just 2 books. We've got drawings this year for 4 tickets to the Tennessee Vandy game, 4 tickets to the Titans New Orleans Saints game. We've got tickets to Atlanta Braves next year because they're not going to make the playoffs this year, folks. So it's not going to happen this year. We also have 2 drawings from the local Chick-fil-A owners for a Chick-fil-A meal for an entire year. That's a $600 value. The Chick-fil-A owners have committed to us for 2 of these. Plus, we have other drawings for the students that sell 5. We're excited to try to help the schools make money. And again, this book is not the reason to buy a Kids First coupon book. It's to help the local elementary schools. I will close with that. You may be getting an email soon. There's 6,000 employees in this system. The more books we sell, you can designate with this QR code. All they do is get their phone or go to the internet, Kids First coupon book, click it, select the school you want to give that $10 to. You can actually select the student, but if we send it to the employees, you're going to still designate the school. We're going to send you the book, but we're trying to sell all these books. Our goal this year is 30,000. We want to get back up to 40 or 50,000, but we're on our way this year as such. So again, thank you for the time. I appreciate Dr. Robertson and his communications office. They have been outstanding. They came to Daisy. We had a kickoff at Daisy. David Carroll's been a wonderful supporter of Kids First, and we had a great time. The staff was there for communications, sharing the information. I will shut before Shirley throws the bell at me. Thank y'all so much again for supporting Kids First. The other thing quickly, we do 2 things. We give grants to the teachers. They're actually now applying for $1,000 grants. We're going to give 30 $1,000 grants from our golf tournament that we do in the spring at Bear Trace. Then also we have athletic grants that we'll be giving out a large portion of money from our USAC fund. So we're trying to really help support the local schools, not only the elementary school with the Kids First coupon book, but the athletic programs and the teachers in the school system. Any questions?
Rhonda, got
Yes,
a lot of people that want to say something here, so don't go anywhere. Can you still hit the golf ball? Still
Yeah, if this rotator cuff would cooperate, it's but anyhow, no, I love my golf. As you get old, Joe, you know there's one thing. You can't play pickleball, can't play tennis anymore. God's been good though.
Thank you for all you do. Ms. Jones?
I just want to say, Mr. Sturkey, you
Yes.
stole my shine because I have my QR code right here.
I had a girl.
Because I have a handsome little boy at Battle Academy who is selling books,
I had a girl. I was there
and
today.
he want them Braves tickets.
Hey, baby, I was
he
there
plays
at battle.
baseball.
I was there at battle today.
So
Thank
if
you.
anyone would like to buy a coupon book, I have a QR code ready
Okay.
for you to just come up and access.
And
And I called first dibs since all the other board parents was just being quiet.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Yeah, we are excited about this QR code. We've sold, again, the parents can still take their order forms, but this QR code can be sent out to all of their acquaintances. We didn't publicize it, so you'll say, this question was asked, why didn't we send it Chattanooga wide? The problem is it costs $6 to mail a coupon book. Well, that's more, we only make $3 and a few cents of the $5 because we got to pay for the book. So again, it's gone through the schools, but they can call the elementary school. They'll be more than glad to give you that code. And you designate that school, designate that student. We've given crop charms, airheads, keychain backpack keychains, all kind of cool little things, friendship bracelets. Plus, there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 book levels, but that 2 book level gets them to the county fair. Yep. Thank you, Ms. Jones.
Okay, don't go anywhere just yet.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Sturkey and I have a little bit of a background, but
We do, don't we, Gary?
all the time you give, I just really appreciate it. The number of hours in that, and yes, he hits the golf ball, I think, about 3 times a week still.
Not lately.
But I will say this, Mr. Sturkey was my first year teaching mentor at Eastridge Junior High,
Amen.
and in 1982, and led me to the Lord that year.
Amen.
God's good.
It was.
Steve Slater.
Steve.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
don't let that gray hair fool you. Way back in the 70s, when I was playing softball with, I hate to say this, but it was Frosty Mugg. When we needed a shortstop, we called LeBron, and the boy could play some ball. I'm just telling you.
Had a lot of fun, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah, we did.
Those days are gone, too.
Yes, they are.
Ron, again, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Yes,
for
I
your work.
appreciate it.
And everybody in the house needs to buy a coupon book. And
Well, don't tell them, but they're not going to get out if they don't. No.
well, I think Caritza said she's going to be standing
Atta
at the
girl.
door over there.
Yes,
over there
yes,
with the
ma'am.
coat.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Appreciate
Wait,
Dr.
wait,
Robertson.
one more
And I'll
up
just
there.
say.
Oh, yes,
and
ma'am.
My daughters were privileged to attend Hunter Middle School while you were principal there,
Yeah.
and opened it up. And every time I pass LeBron Sturkey Road, I think of you. So.
Well, thank you
At
so
Hunter
much.
Middle.
I had 31 wonderful years there. Thank y'all for what you do.
Thank you so much. Okay, we've got some exemplars of excellence. Dr. Robertson, I believe you're going to take care of this for us.
Well, just kind of give a little background. We have 2 student board members that will be non-voting members but active participants in the board and the work ahead. We've had this in the past. Mr. Smith and I were talking about years past and trying to figure out when it went away. But we're excited to bring this back. And these 2 were voted on by the Student Leadership Council that we started last year. They both served on that as juniors and were selected by their peers this year to be the 2 representatives. So I'm going to ask Angie Cass to come forward, and also Donnie Mullins to come forward at this moment, and ask Ms. Cass if she would do a proper introduction for Ryan Jenkins, and then for Donnie Mullins to do a proper introduction for our second board member, Star Saeed.
Good evening, Chairman Smith, distinguished board members, Dr. Robertson. I'm honored to stand before you tonight to present a young man who I feel absolutely certain will be an invaluable asset to your group this year. Many of you have met him already. Many of you know him. Many of you have had the privilege of having him serve on a campaign that you have run. He is already, at the young age of 18, a legend in the Soddy Daisy community, and we are very proud of the work that he does for us. I do want to pause for a moment to just reflect on something with Ryan in mind. High school is a time where students are able to explore things, explore courses, explore extracurriculars, athletics, whatever drives their passion. In that time, it is our sincere hope that we inspire them in the next steps of their journey, whatever that may be. Every once in a while, a principal is able to meet a student that what we all refer to as an old soul. Ryan displayed a picture on his Facebook page a few months ago of him at the age of 9 years old meeting his first elected representative for the state level. He's had that passion since he was a very young man, and he is determined to make a career in the political arena. And I can honestly tell you, I will be, as a retired person, working on his campaign if he would like to have my services. He is instrumental in things that happen at Soddy Daisy High School, in our community, and beyond. He has served many folks across Hamilton County already. He's been to the state level numerous times to meet representatives. He is eager, he is curious, and he is fascinated with what's happening. And he told me the other day that he wishes to start his career at the local level. You all are receiving a gift tonight in Ryan Jenkins, and I could not be more proud to represent him. Come on up, Ryan.
Let's go star and then we'll get the picture.
I'll be seeing you more often. Welcome to the board.
Olivia, go and get Steve to come out. Yeah.
I just want to say how much I appreciate that you all truly value having direct access to student voice. And I do want to take time and address the students of Hamilton County and those who selected me and just say how I take this role very seriously, and it's a true honor to be able to serve in this capacity. I want to say thank you again to all of you guys, the superintendent, deputy superintendent, Miss Cass, and my family, who's helped me make all this possible. So I'm excited and I'm optimistic.
Now, Ryan, you have a new seat. You don't sit back there anymore. You have to sit up here. Okay, Dr. Robertson?
Yeah, I'll ask Donnie Mullins to introduce our second member, Ms. Star Said.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Star if she'll just come on up. We'll go ahead and do that. You'll stop by Dr. Robertson first. You join me. So Chairman Smith, Dr. Robertson, I'm honored to stand next to Star. I think when I think of her, when somebody asks me to describe her, I think of leader. I think she is exactly what her name says she is, and what she will be. She will be a star. She already is. She was on my very first student advisory council as a principal at Ooltewah High School, so we knew there were great things ahead for her. And I think it speaks volumes that her peers would vote her into this role. I think what you're going to get is somebody that's dedicated, somebody that is an advocate for others, and somebody that leads with her heart. So congratulations, Star.
Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Miss Short, one of our.
Ryan, Star, we absolutely welcome you guys, and we value you. You have a light there, I believe, that if you have something to say, you push that light. If I was to not see it, well, then pick it up and throw it at me to make sure that you're recognized. Your voice is important. On any item we discuss, we want to hear from you guys. So you absolutely weigh in. Do not let me miss you. That's vitally important. But we're so glad you're here. Dr. Robertson and I were talking about when I first came on board over a decade ago now, we had a representative, and it kind of fell off because the representative didn't come. So my marching orders to you two guys, you got to be here because we need you, and we need to hear from you. So welcome. We're so very glad to have both of you guys. Okay, that takes us down to our disclaimer, and I believe we just have one, I think.
I declare that I have a relative who works for the school system and that the board's vote on budget policies, etc., may have an effect on my relative's employment. Even so, I hereby certify that I will cast my vote in the best interest of the school system.
Okay, that takes us down to the approval of our consent agenda. Before we do that, there's a red item there you see under 10B3. Do you guys see that? Maybe it's just red on my copy.
No, it's red.
Okay. CCA property encroachment. Dr. Robertson, just take a minute and explain that.
Yes, sir. It's an item that we just got to Ms. McCauley late, so it's highlighted in red, just recognizing that it came late. Essentially, what it is, a house was sold on the backside of the CCA property. Once it was sold through the survey, recognized that basically a stone porch was jutted into the hillside, which is part of our property. So this is basically an agreement for the new homeowner to purchase at market rate a small piece of land. I think it's like 530 square feet. So it's a very minimal piece of property, one that we couldn't use because it's into a hillside. And it's a nominal amount, but that's why it's in red, and that's what it's asking to approve.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Do you have a question about that, Ms. Jackie?
No, that was me. I was saying, so, right here it says it's 890, is that what you're talking about? The $895?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, with that, I will ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, okay? Any items to be pulled? Seeing none and no lights, roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keen?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Okay, that takes us down to board matters, and I'm going to recognize Mr. Connor because he brought this MOU. So, Mr. Connor, if you would speak to this.
Mr. Smith, item 10, administrative. Item 10.
Yeah, administrative matters.
I'm just getting ahead of myself. Thank you, and those are so important. I must be in a hurry to go get to the ball game, I guess. I don't know. Excuse me. Zach Brown, thank you.
Yes, sir. Chairman Smith, this is just, we have two educators that we've wanted to verify that they have received all the eligibility when it comes to their missing testing scores. I brought this to you, I believe, maybe 2 months ago where we had a significant number of educators receiving tenure. These are two remaining educators that I'd like to recommend that we reinstate their tenure.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Keen?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. 2026 benefits premiums.
Yes, sir. This is just, if you recall back to our FY26 budget, we discussed all of the employee benefits adjustments that was made and approved by this board. This is just to be very transparent on where we're at with our benefit premiums, our retiree premiums. We'll need this to be approved so we can start our open enrollment on October 1st.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Daugherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Chairman Smith?
Yes. MOU updates for 2026.
Yes, sir. With that approval from the board with our benefits changes, this is just making sure that we're in compliance with our collaborative conferencing, going over the change to make sure it's very transparent to our employees when it comes to insurance coverage, spousal surcharge, event attendance, workday clarification, return to work, and the paid parental leave. We're all in agreement with our collaborative partner that this is indeed good for our employees.
Okay, I have Ms. Jones.
That's Gary, actually.
Yeah, that's me.
That's true.
So,
Need a,
my question is to you.
we need a motion and a second, right? To approve, to discuss.
That's correct.
Okay.
We need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. With question.
Second.
We got a second. Now, go ahead.
All right, so these benefit premiums, does this include a topic we're going to discuss probably at the policy meeting with regards to teachers that have been suspended holding on to their insurance or being placed in, so explain that to me where that falls in on this.
Yes, sir. That will be a separate matter. That's something we can continue to discuss, but this is just when we think about our normal health insurance premiums, benefits, but that's a separate topic.
All right, just wanted to make sure of that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groen?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Salary scale, master step.
Yes, sir. In front of you, this is, state of Tennessee requires us to have a minimum salary. And so we were notified by the state that our minimum salary for our master zero was under where it needed to be. And so this is to make that adjustment for our master's zero personnel. You can see that that's going to, in the memo, about $30,000 to adjust. All our other categories will well exceed the minimums. But I will state that this will be something we'll monitor going into FY27 to make sure that we are not just meeting but exceeding salaries, state of Tennessee.
Okay. Any other? Roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Wait, do we have
We don't know.
Sorry,
We
I
didn't
don't
have
know that we had a
motion.
motion to approve.
I'll second Ms. Black's motion.
Roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groen?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. I'll make sure I can get this right this time. I need a motion to approve bond fund for capital projects fiscal year 26. Need a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Need a second? Any questions, comments? Ms. Schaefer?
I'd like to pull the CSAS 4.5 million, and I'd like to make a motion to send that to the athletic committee.
Yes.
The way Mr. Chairman, the way I'm interpreting that motion is that there's a list attached to this item. Ms. Schaefer, correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is that you want to pull that item from this list and refer it to the athletic committee.
That's correct.
Okay. For the record, which number is this on this list?
It is number, well, there's 2 4s. It's
Well,
because
yeah,
it's in
you're right.
District 4, so
One.
Yes.
it's the second 4.
Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, so we're clear. There's been a motion to approve the bond capital projects. Ms. Schaefer is making a motion to amend this list to pull the CSAS item and to refer it to the athletic committee. Did I get that right, Ms. Schaefer?
That's correct.
Okay, I don't think I heard a second on her motion.
Second.
Okay, so,
So it's now discussion? Is the discussion?
yes.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mr. Gary. Ms. Jones. It says Gary over here, Ms. Jones.
Mrs. Jones. It's a song for that, y'all know. No, my question, I guess, is kind of the rationale for that, because, I mean, it is athletic based, but also there's a gym floor on here. I mean, there's other things that are athletic based. Are we gonna pull everything that's athletic and move it over to athletics committee, or we're just pulling the CSAS turf?
It's the amount of money that it is, and we don't have a lot of explanation on this project. That's the reason, just to discuss the project a little bit further.
Okay, well then, I wanna pull the whole list in, because I don't know a lot of this stuff on here. I mean, I'm just saying,
Okay. Mr. King?
are we ignoring that?
That's a secondary motion. Point of procedure, she made a secondary
Corinne said.
motion that we have to vote for before we can continue with the
Because
first
I'm
motion.
confused. What are you gonna do? We have a
There's
facilities
discussion
committee
on
and an
the
athletics committee,
motion
so-
to amend is where I think we are procedurally. But Ms. Jones is ready, is debating the motion, as I understand where we are.
That's where
Mr.
we
Chairman.
are.
Okay.
That's where we are.
Is
So
it
this
my
would
roll?
be you, right?
So, just to be clear, pulling of the item is to find out a clearer thing, or because when you send it to the athletic, they aren't the ones that deal with the budget.
Exactly.
And that, what's the purpose of sending it to the athletic?
Maybe it should be facilities then, is that what you're trying to get to?
Yeah, it would go to the facility committee. Athletics can be involved, but.
Go ahead, Dr. Roberts.
Yeah, if you remember, this came to the facilities committee the last time that we met. I can't remember that exact date. This list came and this item was on there. It is a bit bigger number, right, than anything we've done. The reason it's a bigger number, CSAS, if you've ever been to that, that school, it's an old stadium. It's got a retaining wall that has old bleachers, the old changing facilities underneath the bleachers. And then it's a soccer field with a baseball field and a softball field all in the same place, right? And so the $4.5 million is not only for resurfacing that field, but they're gonna have to tear out those bleachers, because the bleachers are, the bottom of it, actually, we don't even allow anyone in it anymore out of safety reasons. So they're having to tear those bleachers down. In the course of that, ensure that retaining wall is solid, right? And then the rest of it goes to resurfacing that entire field so that they can play baseball, softball, soccer, lacrosse. They don't have a football team, but it is a larger field. Plus you throw in, the retaining wall and the bleachers is what makes it more than other athletic facilities.
Okay. Mr. Connor?
Thank you, Chair. Dr. Robertson answered most of my questions. I was going to point out, as you mentioned, that it is officially condemned, that they're not actually allowed in there at all. Was what I was
The bottom
told.
of it.
Okay, yeah, the
I don't
bottom.
think it's officially, it's just we've made the decision.
And this
I mean, you've
field-
been down there, you've seen it.
Yeah, I have some constituents that have asked me to go see it. Obviously everybody knows CSAS has students from across all districts. This field will also be utilized for the school for K through 12 for physical education daily. So this is a needed thing that we are in line with the new educational laws that we have to do X amount of physical activity a day, play that's not PE. And this is something that we've done at other places, including the Howard School has a new turf field. It's something that we're moving towards in most of ours for the longevity of fields. And it should, if I'm not mistaken, become a cost saver in the first few years without having to buy grass seed, watering it, mowing it, paying somebody to do that. I'm in line on all this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it none of this is necessarily a cost saver. I think it's a wise investment, just like we have done in other athletic fields, of putting in the turf for community use, for things like you said. I should have provided this context as well, that it's not just 4.5. You also see on there, there's 500,000 that's set aside from hotel motel tax that Mayor Wamp has specifically put towards this purpose that aligns with, the community use of athletic facilities and more spaces for youth sports. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is already on the commission agenda for Wednesday.
You took my point again. That was the next comment, is that it's not just for our students, it's also for community use that we could potentially get revenue from.
Yes.
So, okay, so there's a lot of items that come back to us on this. Thank you.
Just as a point of reference for just the football field that we just did at East Hamilton, for example. What did we pay for that?
We budget somewhere between $1 to $1.2 million. It ranges, of course. You put some, can't remember the technical term, contingencies in there because we have run into some issues of like dirt issues, additional costs that we weren't aware of. But if you think about the size of a baseball field and a football field together, that's what we're talking about here, which obviously makes it. A lot of the cost, though, again, goes back that retaining wall. If you haven't been on CSAS campus, I mean, the retaining wall is probably a 30-foot drop from the parking lot to the ground level, and it's tearing out those entire stands and everything else. So it's much more than just the turf that this cost is.
Steve Slater's old enough to have played football there.
And probably did.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we're talking softball, baseball, lacrosse, how's this going to be lined off?
Yeah, it's a good question. We talked to Justin Wood about this. There's going to have to be some portable or mobile fencing for the softball and the baseball. The mound, obviously, and his sons play baseball, so he said that this happens in multiple places, but the mound is removable for baseball to convert it to softball. So you would have lines for basically, right, left field, and then bases that could move, the mound that could move. And then the field itself would be lined off for, I believe, soccer and lacrosse, and possibly kind of youth football lines, not what you see at Soddy Daisy, but probably the inverse of it. You'd have darker lines for soccer and lacrosse, and more nuanced lines for football.
You can answer this, but I think the county is actually footing the bill for like $500,000.
Yes, sir.
Of this.
Out of the hotel motel tax
Okay.
that Mayor Wamp says.
Okay.
Point of order, Chair, if I may. In our facilities meeting, there was a map of this project.
Yeah, right. Okay, and again, I'm confused here. So, Coritza, is this you? That's her now. I think this is you now.
It's
No?
me.
I just
It
didn't
might
cut
be
it off.
me.
Okay.
I don't have anything else
Okay,
to say.
then Miss Jackie?
I'd just like to say that I think it's very much needed. I'm not really understanding why it's going back to a committee. What purpose that would do, to go back to the committee when we can discuss it before we vote on it, I guess, whether you wanted to vote on it or not. And I was really unclear about the motion. The motion was to accept it. Do we accept it? And then with her amendment, that's the whole motion. So do we vote it, just hypothetically, if we're not for it, we vote everything down, or do we vote the first part, is just vote down the amended part?
Right now, the only thing that's before the board is Ms. Schaefer's motion to refer this particular item to the athletic committee, but I think I heard Ms. Schaefer say that maybe the facilities committee would be better, but we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But so to answer your question, Ms. Thomas, right now the board is discussing whether to treat this particular item separately and send it to committee. And so I'm clear, Ms. Schaefer and Mr. Groan, is it your motion to send it to the athletic committee or the facilities committee?
I'll withdraw my motion at this time.
Okay. Mr. Groan, do you? No, I'm fine. Well, all right, okay. Ms. Schaefer has withdrawn her motion. Do you withdraw your second? Yes. Okay.
Okay, so now we go back to the original motion that was properly motioned and seconded.
Correct.
So we're ready. Jackie, you're still lit up. Okay, so now we're ready for roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
seems like an awful lot of money. Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes, I know we'll be building that gym for long. Takes us down to art study, Westview. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
No lights? Roll call?
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. CCA property encroachment that we already spoke to earlier when we were approving the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
What was it again, Joe?
Go ahead once again.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. The reason, I was talking about the reason it's red is because we added it late. There's essentially a house that's sold. When they were doing the survey, they found that a 348 square foot section of basically a paved or paver's back porch that encroached on property of CCA. It's in a place that we're not going to ever use in a severe slope. And so the buyer, the owner of the house, has agreed at $112,000 per acre to buy that 348 square foot piece of property, which amounts to $895. So they're paying us $895 for that small piece of property.
Mr. Connor? Your light is on.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I want to be in, sorry, let me get to the microphone. I just want to be in full compliance. I believe a few board members know that I've recently gotten my real estate license. I'm selling real estate. I did have a conversation with the real estate agent who is over this. Longtime friend, children used to go to Norwell Park, which is why he reached out to me. I put him in touch with Robert to discuss this. I was not licensed at the time. Just want to make sure that everybody knows that. I had nothing to do with it and have received no monetary compensation from this deal.
Okay, so roll call.
Mrs. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groan?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
What did I vote no on a few minutes ago? It wasn't this?
No, ma'am, you voted no on the consent agenda.
Oh, I thought I was voting no on this, but, okay, I vote yes. Since y'all say it's a fair market price, but you know, I probably voted no.
Chairman Smith?
Yes. Okay. Takes us down to board matters, and again, I'll recognize Mr. Connor with his MOU.
Thank you, Sir Chair. So, as was with the rest of them, you all have the MOU in front of you. You have in red line the two items that are added. I'll read them out now. All center so employees will be background checked through Hamilton County Schools or Hamilton County Schools approved methods, noting the conversation line that was had at last month's meeting. And then this agreement will be effective immediately reinstating services and continue until such time as an RFQ can be fulfilled concerning student mental health services. Again, acknowledging the conversation that my colleagues had about the desire to have more than one option, which we do with Helen Ross McNabb, but I listened and wanted to make sure that that was warranted. That is the first job of a board member, is to listen. So I want to say that this is not supposed to be a partisan issue. Caring for our kids is not partisan. It is our moral obligation. Even the Chattanoogan's poll this week shows the vast majority of our community want our students to have access to mental health care in our schools. All the same, I have read the statement from the local Republican Party officials that they've put out. Not only does it contradict itself, but it contradicts Tennessee's Republican Governor Bill Lee's wishes. Governor Lee has allocated extra funding for mental health support through the state, including a partnership with Centerstone specifically, by name. Our local GOP is working directly against the state leadership directives of their own party. It should also be noted that the investment in these seed coaches and counselors, who are necessary in so many productive ways, are not the very much also needed licensed clinical therapists. Trying to say that these job descriptions are one and the same only further highlights how far from truly understanding the need for mental health services in our schools they are. It should be further noted that many of these students have Centerstone specifically written into their 504 or IEP plans, meaning by denying these services at school as prescribed in their plans, we are breaking the law. Just waiting for the lawsuits. We are welcoming multiple lawsuits. Where does that $23 million go when we're paying out the families we have failed both morally and legally? I've heard from members of our community that the board members are not being truthful with them about parents being upset about the care they have received from Centerstone. And they have valid points, because in my many years as a parent, community advocate, school board member, and school support member, there's one thing that is always true. If you've wronged a child in the schools, that parent lets you know loudly, publicly, and immediately. Immediately. Those majority of voices I mentioned, specifically the over 500 emails supporting Centerstone and their amazing work for our children, with just as many stories of their great works for our children and community, if printed, would be over 20 pounds of paper. All loudly praising the work of Centerstone. Ounce by ounce, that's 20 pounds of parents begging us to care about their children. That's 20 pounds of community members begging us to do what is right and good. 20 pounds of students in disbelief that their supports have been stripped of them with no outlet, nothing, gone overnight. Do you know what 20 pounds of emails looks like? It looks like that. That is what happens when a parent feels their child has been wronged. That. And every member of our community knows it too. 20 pounds of emails on the floor in front of us shows what you get when you mess with their children. You get a parent's fury at our mistake. The board needs to stick to turfing fields, not politically astroturfing parents' opinions that are not there. If parents really wanted Centerstone kicked out of the schools, we would have had actual HCS parents lined up to congratulate us. Instead, the lone voice of support is a few folks from a failing fringe group claiming to be for students, but showcasing the exact opposite here tonight. We must do better for our schools. We must do better for our community. We must do better for the children who cannot vote to help, to get the help they are dying to get.
So I need a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
Order, please. I need order, please, so we can move forward. I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
I got a
Second.
motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, discussion? Ms. Schaefer?
With all respect to my fellow board member, this board has already spoken on this matter. And I make a motion to move this to the table.
Second.
So I have a motion to table this MOU and properly seconded. I've had a couple of hiccups, so I want to make sure I don't have another one.
Did we finish the
What,
first motion
excuse me,
first?
please. Excuse me. I've had a motion to table the original motion and properly seconded. So, Mr. Bennett, make sure I understand. that once the motion to table and properly second has been made, we have to make the roll call and the debate ends. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the rule.
Okay. Roll call, please. Tabling this motion.
Mrs. Black?
Is there no discussion of this?
No.
There's discussion of the motion.
What's the motion? To table?
And this is a vote on the motion to table.
That's right.
To be
Mr.
clear.
Chairman,
Debate ends.
Mr. Chairman, to clarify, motion to table is supposed to be non-debatable.
That's the reason I asked the question. I wanted to make sure I wasn't having a hiccup here.
And so we're clear, the motion to table, the board is voting on the motion to table, which is effectively to put it on the table.
Okay, so roll call.
Mrs. Black?
May I request to hear from the students?
The debate has ended. Roll call,
So we have
please.
student representatives we're not going to listen to at all?
I'm following, you want me to follow Robert's rule of procedure.
Y'all
That's
ain't
what I'm
following
doing.
the rules. So don't pull us to follow the rules. We talking about following the rules, because I know some rules that wasn't followed that even got us here. We just sat here and told these two young people, that they had a voice and it mattered.
Do the right thing and re-vote in front of us. Do the right thing.
I'm asking for a roll call on the appropriately motion table this original motion, please.
Mrs. Black?
No.
Mr. Connor?
I will not continue to fail our children. No.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mr. Groen?
Yes.
Mrs. Haddon? Yes. Mrs. Jones?
No.
Mr. King?
So I will make a statement for a minute. So we asked, after the last meeting, we asked our superintendent to come up with a,
Mr. Groen, Mr. King, I'm gonna interrupt you. This
All right.
is a vote now. All debate has ended.
no, it's no debate.
No, it's
I'm hoping to see the
Comment, it's a roll
RFP
call.
from the superintendent. So mine would be yes.
Mrs. Schaefer?
Yes.
Mr. Slater?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Chairman Smith?
Yes.
7-4. Motion to table carries.
We just get to talk about it next month.
Okay, this takes us down to information only. We have some
Mr. Chairman.
events
Mr.
coming
Chairman.
up Monday.
You added me.
Mr. Chairman, item B, Felice Haddon's exceptional ed staffing.
Thank you.
What?
If you'll remember,
They added her thing from.
if you'll remember, during our work session, we added, thank you, we added staffing and budget that Ms. Felice had asked for. Thank you for keeping me on task once again. Go ahead.
Okay, first I want to remind you that I'm a former Hamilton County School exceptional education teacher who passionately advocated for, I
Quiet,
think people
please.
need to be removed if they're going to continue to interrupt, because I can't, I
You
mean, we
certainly
shouldn't be.
haven't shown them any respect tonight by even listening, by even debating. Vote in front of them.
Listen. Felice has the floor, and if I have to, I will ask security to have you removed.
Shame, shame, shame. Remove me, shame. Shame on you all.
If you dismiss her, please, thank you.
Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands! All of you! Who, I swear to God. So serious.
Ms. Hayden, you're recognized.
Come on, please, whatever you want to say. Let's go.
Okay, I'll start over.
Can we take
I just
it?
can't do
What she
it
can
for
say
her.
something, go on.
Go ahead, Ms. Hayden.
Okay. First, I want to remind you that I was a former exceptional education teacher, and I passionately advocated for the exceptional education teachers back in January and through the budget season. So here are my comments. Hamilton County's decision to allocate exceptional education staffing based on head count rather than student needs has created a crisis. Caseloads are at record highs across the county. Teachers and assistants are leaving just a month after school started under these new ratios. And students with the most significant needs are losing legally required services. IDS classes now have around 20 students with just one teacher and one assistant. Our exceptional education teachers are leaving in droves, and I'm hearing this from across the district, because these ratios make the job impossible. Entire classrooms are in survival mode. You can't fix this with bonuses or quick hires. We are losing experienced educators because we've made the job physically and emotionally impossible. Once they leave, they take years of expertise and relationships with them. Hamilton County must base staffing on student needs, not head count. Restore reasonable ratios so children are safe and can learn. Provide planning time and support so teachers can actually do their jobs. And the question is, will we act now before more students lose critical services or more educators walk away? And I know we are currently hiring quite a few exceptional education teachers, if there's anyone out there interested. So that is my my comment on exceptional ed, but I want to go on to the budget unless there's any comments
Okay.
at this time.
I have comments. Am I next?
Let me recognize, and I'll come back to you, Jackie.
Okay.
I just want to correct for the record, what Ms. Haddon said is what we're doing. She said to go back to basing it on student need. Last spring, we went from head count to student need. So how we're staffing is what you just said we should be doing. To clarify what is creating the issue, and the issue that we've been trying to work through, is a very specific license. It's a 461 license that across the state people are struggling with. You actually saw Tennessee Department of Education put out a similar incentive as we did to get more people to get that 461 license. It's classes like IDS, multiple exceptionalities, DCC. That's where we're struggling. We've got approximately 15 openings in ex-ed teachers. The issue is that kids don't come in these boxes of 10, right? And we have committed as a district, and we talked about this last spring, that if a parent wanted to stay in their zone school, that we were going to work through that. We're currently looking for about 6 teachers with the 461 license. What the incentive is to encourage people that don't have the 461 license to go into one of these classes and then take the necessary coursework to get the 461. And so just to clarify, the number of vacancies that we have is typically what we have. If you heard me say this last year, we could post 30 exceptional ed positions right now, and specifically with the 461, as of 2 weeks ago, we had 0 applicants.
Correct.
0. And so what we're dealing with is a lack of eligible employees, internally or externally, that are willing to do it. And so the incentive is to encourage people to move that in that direction. I again say this all the time, and I applaud Dr. Brown, his staff, for what they do. We have stayed ahead of the curve, not only in hiring regular ed, but also exceptional ed teachers. But we are pulling every single lever that we can to make sure we can hire the best and retain the best. With this 461 license, it's becoming incredibly hard. And so we're trying to be innovative in terms of getting people into these positions. And I want to be clear this keeps coming up about like where are we coming up with the money for this? We have 15 vacancies right now. We also did a conservative approach to our Title II, because if you remember at the beginning of the school year, we had to hold on some of the Title II because the federal government pressed pause on it. Title II money can be used for this. And so this isn't something that's unique to Hamilton County, and it is not in something that's coming out of the way that we changed. We were in head counts, now we're based on student needs.
Okay, all right. I'll come back to you in just a second. Miss Jackie, your light is on.
I was just I want clarification what the purpose is the purpose for Lisa to just notify us of the vacancies that's happening? What's the purpose of the discussion, I guess? That was kind of my question, because I think for me, it's operational. I think that's something they need to work out, unless it's a policy that we're trying to change. We've already gone over the budget. I just was trying to get clarification of, were you just notifying us that there's a special ed vacancies in schools, or what was your purpose?
Okay, I'll say this. I taught in Hamilton County Schools 20 years. The last 5 years were exceptional education. This year was different. I know we had the budget cut, but I know we didn't do it because of budgeting reasons, but there was a huge backlash. If you remember, all the parents and families and teachers showing up trying to fight for their same placements in exceptional education. And I know one school, my district school, was notified in January that 7 of their personnel would no longer be there the next year. So there was a major reorganization that I disagree with, that's causing these changes. This year is different, according to all the people that I'm hearing from in the community. Okay. As far as the ratio of the numbers, their class sizes are larger, and it's hard for them. They don't have the support, and I know, some specific accounts, but I don't want to call people out. But this is different.
Can I finish, please? That I just wanted to clearly understand, and I understand you said you worked in special ed for the last 5 years, and you know the importance. I too think special ed is very much important, and children should be served. But because I'm just thinking about what you just said, working in special ed, you should also know that a lot of special ed students need mental health services more than anything. And so I think us keep debating this about what's needed for special ed students, and there's a vacancy. We can't do anything if there's no one to teach. But I think for me, let Dr. Robinson, Dr. Sonia Stewart, and whomever else is responsible, Dr. Brown, they got DRs in front of their name, responsible for determining and how that problem is going to be solved, because we can't solve it off of a policy, is what I'm saying. So that's why I was just like, what's our purpose? Because I think special ed students need a whole lot, and I just didn't know. We're not going to revisit the budget. We're not. So I was just trying to figure out what the purpose was.
Let me get Ms. Schaefer now.
I know my last.
Okay, all right, back to you then, Ms. Felice.
Okay. All right, well, I just, mainly just want to, I'd love to turn back the clock if I could, but I'll move on to our next, my next topic.
Real quick, my light's on.
Oh, sir.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. Dr. Person, I wonder if it would be worthwhile to, maybe at the next board meeting, we get an update just on where we are collectively across the county as it pertains to this specific topic. How are we staffed? What are the current numbers? Do we have more high needs? I mean, I think that might be worthwhile, because candidly, I have heard some concerns as well, primarily rooted around kids that had higher hour requirements.
That's right.
Who were, we went to their parents and their IEP teams and said, hey, can we move these kids to some of some specialized locations? And of course, that was a choice. So I am curious kind of how that played out and kind of where we are overall.
Yeah. Ms. Haddon put in a pretty lengthy request earlier this week that we're working towards that answers a lot of the questions that you just asked. I would expect probably early next week for us to have that ready that we'll send out, and it's essentially answering all those questions, like what is supposed to be at a school from an inclusion teacher, what is supposed to be at a school for an ME class, a DCC class, assistant, so on and so forth. Also shows you the counts of students. And so hopefully early next week, we'll have that ready and be able to send it to the entire board.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Ms. Flex.
All right, the other topic as far as staffing and all too is something that we've been asking for are, a list of positions and job descriptions. So, but something that we still have not approved, an organizational chart. I know that's something that you're supposed to do during the budget season as well, but I'm just going to read from policy 5.101, which is creation of positions and lines of authority. All existing staff positions shall be approved from year to year through the annual budget process and in accordance with an organizational plan submitted by the director of schools and approved by the board. Before any or new additional position is created, the board must specifically approve it. And then the director of schools must first present a job description and compensation, et cetera. But it just seems like this past year, even with the budget, we've been adding new positions and new names, and I know that's been what, I guess, the norm. And
No, we sent you this a week and a half ago. Yeah.
the new one,
Yeah.
the new one. Okay. All right, I'm just saying during the budget season, but let's see. Something else I've noticed when we reorganize and we need to change a personnel for positions, what I know happens quite a bit or over the years is we move that person to a new position that might not be approved or might have a new name and then hire someone else. And so we end up, I just think proportionally when we're in a season where we're not getting all the grants and all, and needing to make cuts like we did this past year, I just think we need to be more prudent as far as how many positions we have. And I'll just rattle off this one report that I have, because you've seen some of the other documents that I provided where, there are a lot of positions that are in the organizational chart that were not in the budget that we approved either. And I know I explained that I actually considered, the self-funded programs and didn't include those. And I know I also removed 50 of the positions that were federal funded, but there were still 67 positions that I couldn't find budgeted. So, I just want, I guess, some reconciliation. But when you consider, let's see, we have 400 central office positions, but there were 116 positions in the organizational chart that weren't in the budget. So that makes like 512 central office positions. But there are two other categories that aren't based in schools, and those are like, they might be school serving, or bookkeepers or psychological personnel, but they're not, their home is not in one particular school or divided between a few schools. So if you add those school serving positions to the central office positions and the organizational chart, there's a total of 642.75 positions that aren't based in schools. And I just think that's a high number. I know recently the Chattanoogan posted the top salaries in theirs. And in my opinion, this is a lot, and I'll just give you the facts. We have a superintendent, a deputy superintendent, 5 community superintendents, 7 chiefs, 6 executive directors, 18 directors, 47 coordinators, 4, because I saw another one in top salaries, projects and policy administrators, And the lowest of those is 96,000. That's 88 positions, totaling close to $10 million for the top 88 positions. And there are some areas, and I won't call them out right now, but I feel like we need to focus more on educating our students in academics, supporting our teachers, regular teachers and ex-ed teachers in the classroom. And I do want to praise our administration for all the work that you do supporting the Future Ready programs. And I know we kicked that off at the Gateway today, and I think that's the best thing, the thing I'm most proud of. One of the things I'm most proud of that we do an excellent job. I mean, all of our staff. So I'm very proud of, the Future Ready and willing to invest in that and academics. I just think we need to streamline. The reason I'm bringing it up now is because throughout the year we start hiring people and new positions get posted that I'm not familiar or haven't seen, and new positions are created. People are just moved around, and I would just like to follow our policy more and have more accountability there. And I hate to offend anyone. I really personally hate to do that, but I also feel passionate about, being fiscally responsible with our budget.
Mr. Chairman, I just need to know what you guys want to see. On September 8th, we sent you an email, had a memo that outlined how we categorize positions, had the updated organizational chart, it had a spreadsheet listing every position with the department, the title, the funding source, so that we can see that, when we say it wasn't approved in the budget, what we're actually saying is the GP budget versus federal programs. We tried to clarify that with that spreadsheet. If you will tell us what you want to see, we will provide it. We have been transparent with our budget, with these positions, and we just need to know what you want.
Perhaps, and I really want to say this in front of my finance chair, what would be helpful is let's have a work day. A finance work day where we really dissect all this and you bring all this stuff to us and in a way that we can all understand.
Can we get some feedback on the 9/8 email? Because, we spent a ton of time on that. Ton of time.
And I apologize for not thanking you for that information. I know you spent a lot of time on that, so forgive me for not, recognizing that work that you did, and thank you very much on that. But, I think this is about going forward with hiring and how many positions we want and approving positions. So I think it's more about
so a lot of stuff, of course, is done. We're into this new budget year. Chew on what I just said a minute, and I'm gonna recognize you, and then I'm gonna come back to you. So go ahead.
I want to recognize that Felice has done a tremendous amount of work. At the last board meeting, she provided her own independent audit, in a sense, of the budget through the Excel spreadsheet. And then she's looked back through, I believe, what was sent with the new org chart. But there's still some questions of things that, from what Felice has found in her kind of independent audit, it leaves at least 66 positions in the org chart that are not in the budget, according to her kind of independent audit. So I would like to see that reconciled, those 66 positions. I'd like to see more explanation of this so that we can get a better grasp on where we're at.
The spreadsheet that we sent was trying to do just that, because the 66 positions were either in federally funded or self-funded things like SACC or things, some in school nutrition.
I didn't include those.
I understand, but what it would be helpful is if you would give us feedback on the 9/8 document, because that came directly from.
If you only knew how many hours, I know I spent at least 60 to 80, and honestly, I haven't had hours and hours and hours to spend on the latest document yet.
I
that you
understand.
sent.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is we sent that trying to address your questions with that spreadsheet that you originally came. We're happy to keep clarifying, but we've got to have feedback on what we've sent.
And part of it is just how we move going forward as far as, you know, creating new positions, and making sure, you know, that we're aware and that we approve, because I just feel like it's time, you know, we've grown and grown, and it's time to pare down. So part of it's just how we move going forward. You know, vacancies come up, just analyzing, and I think a work day would be fabulous, so we could discuss these things in detail and how we want our structure to look like, because there's a lot of things, a lot of functions I see in there seem to even duplicate some of the county functions too. But I don't want to, you know, go into that right now. But yes, if we could have a workshop to see, you know, what we'd like it to look like.
Mr. Connor.
Thank you, Chair. You kind of said what I was about to say. This feels like something we need to put in a committee. So could I make a motion to go ahead and table this to committee?
Second.
We don't actually have a motion.
I'm just.
We can do that, or we can have a work day and have everybody involved. I mean, whichever you prefer, which wouldn't require a vote. Let me come, can you hold that, just hold that thought?
Okay, that's just, you said it, and I'm
Okay,
repeating
right.
what you said.
All right. So, Mr. Finance Chair, your thoughts on a work day that we really dissected?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're talking about a lot of things. I think the challenge we have is, you know, I think maybe a lot of people have, you know, bad memories of what happened with the budget last season. I think we're all trying to ensure that we don't get in the same place we were last year. And it is an incredibly complex budget, I'll be the first to tell you. But I do know for a fact that one thing that Justin and his team, Mary Ellen, have committed to do is to really layer in these finance committee meetings earlier and often. That's why we had one last month. We're going to have one this next month. And the idea behind that, Felice, I think you'll appreciate this, is from an administrative perspective, have a more forward-looking point of view and saying, hey, where are our gaps? Where do we need to invest more money? And the idea is to bring those conversations to the board on the front end so we can have a more collective input on kind of which direction we want to go. So in their defense, that is absolutely something that was discussed, and I think we can certainly combine this with the Finance Committee meeting next month.
Yeah. And I'll say I was prepared to speak at the Finance Committee meeting, but it was cut off because there was so much else. I did not even get to discuss what I came to discuss left over from the last board meeting. So I think because of the length, maybe a workshop like you suggested, dedicated to this and not all this other finance.
Okay, I've got a couple other lights. Mr. King. So that would be Corinne.
I'm not.
No, you're, no?
I am good, but I mean, I did still have something to say. I was actually gonna, I think, I am so utterly confused on I have never felt more part of chaos in my life. And I hate to say that because I really, somewhere deep down in my soul, have respect for everybody on this dais. But I am just so baffled at how we can have conversations about certain things and how processes go a certain way for certain things and in other ways they don't. And I really don't like that because it starts to feel like I'm losing my mind, and I know that I'm not crazy. I know that. Like, I know that I have very sane cognitive skill. And so I don't like being a part of narratives that I wasn't privy to agree to. And y'all can think about that on the way home, because those who know, when you think about it on the way home, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. And I'm talking to the people on this dais. But one thing for sure is that when I put my hand on the Bible 3-4 years terms consecutively, I swore to an oath to do what was right for children and through the state of Tennessee through Hamilton County. And I remember the very last thing that I said, and I feel like I may have jinxed myself this last term because I literally said, "So help me God," with so much passion, because clearly he knew what I was about to face these last 4 years. I implore upon my peers on this dais, as you drive home today, or you go through your days tomorrow and the weekend, to think about this meeting and what occurred here. Every single piece of it, from 4/29 until we leave here. Think about what happened here. Go home, process it. Every piece of it. I implore upon you all. I implore that upon you all, because although I sit here as one of you all, I also entrust the love of my life to your decisions every day. And I am very concerned about my decision to do so after today. I get one chance at this life with this one little 6-year-old boy. Just like everybody else gets their 1, 2, 3, 4, however many God bless you with. You get one time to do it and get it right. I implore upon you to think about the decisions that we are going to go forth in making this school year, that we have made and that we will go about making as a body. Think about them beyond the title, the votes. Think about them from a humanistic standpoint and what you are doing to the lives of children, adults, and the villages that they come from. Think about that, y'all. Because this is serious, and it ain't serious just on whatever trip or tangent y'all on. This is life. These are the lives of children and the people that come with them they're being affected here. So think beyond your little silo, your home, think beyond that. And please, because I've heard everybody on this dais talk about God. Please remember, but by the grace of God, you could be standing in any pair of shoes that you felt like you made the right decision for. Think about that. Think about what you said out of one side of your neck and you turned around and said something else out the other side. Think about that. Because I'm going to be able to go home and go to sleep tonight just fine. Even though I got a lot of stuff going on personally, I'm going to sleep well. I question how well some of y'all going to sleep. Because if you believe in the same God I believe in, he going to rock with you tonight. He going to rock you, and not in the way that you feel like he going to rock you. He gonna deal with you tonight, tomorrow, whenever. But this is heavy stuff. And I just want to go forth with saying, as it relates, and this is a Bennett question, so Bennett, pay attention.
Yes, ma'am.
As it relates to what has happened these past 2 meetings, as it relates to Centerstone or any other mental health service being available to these children, if, God forbid, something happens, and we end up having to deal with Tennessee Risk Management, because I done been down this path a couple of times with you, Bennett. How do I recuse myself of being a part of this body? Because when they sue us collectively, and you know they start naming individuals. I don't want any parts. What is my right, if I even have one, to not be a part of that when it comes down to it? Because I don't want, because that kind of stuff jeopardizes my professional. I have a legal ethical, I don't want no parts.
Sure. So, Ms. Jones, I think it's probably and I don't mean this in an argumentative way, it's a rhetorical question because it can't happen. School board members are immune from suit under Tennessee law. I understand where you're coming from, but you don't need to worry. Do what you do, vote your conscience, and move on to the next item in the next meeting. And Tennessee law assumes that you're acting in good faith and it protects you accordingly.
So once again, thank you, Caritza. Thank you. this item was tabled and debate ended. Events announcements, Monday, September 29th, Policy Committee at 4:30. Monday, October 6th is an executive session. Will that be here, Mr. Bennett?
No.
No.
It's at EOC.
That's, okay,
Yes,
right, and you'll send us all emails on that. Thursday, October the 9th is our next work session. Thursday is our quarterly meeting. Now, that's early this time, just so everybody understands, because of fall break, okay?
It's October what?
October the 9th, yeah, which is earlier because of fall break falling in there. So that's just, 3 weeks, I guess. And then fall break 13th through the 17th. Thank you. We stand adjourned.
This board